Denver is growing, and it is growing rapidly, particularly our center city. We're one of the top 3 cities in the country in terms of attracting millennials. This is really important because that's our future workforce. And look more closely at just the 16th Street Mall. The numbers are impressive. The mall alone brings in about $15 million in sales tax revenue to the city each year. And here we have about 1,500 residents. We also have about 189 restaurants and 44 sidewalk cafes. What that does is it helps enliven and activate the overall space.
Everybody that's walking by, it's always like, they're all from different places because they're all here visiting, and it's kind of its own melting pot and its own little awesome little community here.
It's the center of the city. It's the commerce area. It's the living area. It's where people meet and greet and talk to each other, and just everyday life.
Bounce, 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 bounce. Ooh, bounce, 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 bounce.
So I just came from Union Station and I just started walking into downtown, and I remembered reading about this street and about like the free mall bus and stuff like that, and so I just called the bus and came like halfway down and started hanging out, walking around, see what was going on, and watching some of the street music, and played a little bit on the pianos that were sitting out and about. So I think it's super cool that those are out here.
This is Denver's Main Street, and as such, we really need to let it showcase all Denver has to offer. So, you would ask the question, what do we think about street performers? Well, we're all in favor of street performers, as long as they're pretty good. We're also continuing to look at safety and the perception of safety. Crime is actually relatively low in our urban core, but sometimes the environment, especially late in the evening, can make people feel a bit unsafe, or better word is uncomfortable. And that relates to a lot of things. Do we have the right kind of lighting? Do we have uniformed individuals, whether they be public safety officers or private security, just showing a sign that this place has eyes and ears on it? In terms of areas that we are seeing gaps that we need to continue to work on, most certainly, and one that many people know about, is how do we address the social issues impacting our city as a whole, and how those issues manifest themselves in our urban core.
The 16th Street Mall is basically a place where the homeless congregate, I think, to some degree. It's definitely a place where they can come. There is a camping ban, so they're not allowed to camp on the mall, but that's been an issue that's been going on for a couple years, and I think that'll be an ongoing issue because sometimes people have to find a place to sleep.
So we're continuously looking at how to drive solutions and funding towards addressing the needs of the chronically homeless, how we ensure that there are ways for people to get off the streets, get wraparound services, and get into a healthy lifestyle.
I've been with The Voice for about six and a half years. Basically, the mission of The Voice deals with homelessness, poverty, art, local news, national news. Their main aim is to take people off the street and give them a way out.
They have been great partners on the 16th Street Mall. They're doing good work. They do a great job training their employees that actually are out there selling The Voice, so we're proud of their effort.
If they didn't see the homeless people in Denver, they would just think it was all peaches and cream and everything was beautiful.
We have many of the same challenges other cities in our country face. They're very visible here and very concentrated in downtown, and also certainly very visible on the 16th Street Mall. That's good because it makes people very aware that these challenges face our community. That's challenging because it impacts economic development and it impacts visitors' experiences. So we need to look at it holistically.
I don't think you could talk about downtown Denver and think of any place else but the 16th Street Mall.
So even as we look at the future vision for what this can be, we can never take for granted what it actually is. And we're very proud of that, even as we look to the future to ramp up its impact on our community and its special place in the hearts and minds of our Denver residents.